really don't feel too good. I know the sun has vitamin D benefits that will help you. But I'm here to talk about pure energy. And I want to talk about pure energy because if you're not in pure energy, or if you're used to manipulating energy, you wouldn't know what that is, and you don't know how people who have pure energy experience you. Okay, so difference between pure energy and manipulative energy. Pure energy is just being, right? Pure energy is being, pure energy is witnessing, observing, enjoying, thriving, living, like just doing things purely. I say that you don't make mistakes, but energetic frequency. You just displaying pureness in your energy, right? So the difference between manipulative energy is people with manipulative energy, they observe, they do the same thing that pure energy people do. But instead of them just being purely in the energy and observing and deciding whether or not to deal with the situation, people who have manipulative energy will choose to observe the energy to see how they can manipulate it, right? To see how it can work for them, to see how they can be in the middle of whatever they're witnessing, to see where the holes is at, to see how they can get deeper in the hole in order for them to get what they want. Okay? But the big difference between manipulative energy and pure energy is the people who use manipulating energy thinking they're getting over on a person who has pure energy. It's not the case. It's not the case at all. You wanna know why? There is no motives. There is no agenda. There is nothing that's blocking the person with the pure energy focus. Like there is nothing that's blocking this person with the clear energy frequency. So being that the person with the pure energy isn't blocked, the person who is pure can see the manipulation playing right out in front of them. Okay? The issue with that is people have been so used to being in the energy and the frequency of not getting caught, doing what they want to do because it is your free will. You can choose and do what you want to do. You know, you don't get caught. You know what to say, when not to say it. You know what truth to tell and what not to tell. You know how to word it and how not to word it. But understand, before we even started talking, before this English language even started, we didn't speak English. There was another tongue that we spoke. We spoke in that tone. You can still understand energy, and you can understand frequency, and you have to pay attention to a lot more shit than you pay attention to now, because the only thing you have now is the physicality, right, and what you're witnessing and what people show you and what the language that they're speaking. But back in the day, we had to utilize all God's gifts to get to the answer. We had to utilize all God's presence to get to the bottom of the situation. So, since we had to use all our gifts and our answers to get in the bottom of the situation, and you're manipulative energy, and you wonder why, how this person is pure energy can see you and point at your ass out, it's because When someone is in tune with energy and they in tune with frequency, you not fooling nobody, boo boo. You're not fooling nobody. If only thing you doing is you fucking your own self. Let's be clear. When you in tune with frequency, when you in tune with energy, when you're in tune with who you are, that's why a lot of times you have to get by yourself. Now I can say that. Now you might see me in a concert, you might see me at a restaurant, you might see me on vacation, you might see me do a lot of things. But nine times out of ten, what you're gonna see me by myself. You wanna know why? Because I have to be in tune with the energy and the frequency that I am on. I have to be aware in that energy. I have to be aware in that frequency. I have to be aware of how I'm feeling. I have to be aware of the energy circle that I am in and I walk in every day. Everybody else probably don't, but this is how I move, right? I have to be aware in this energy setting. So by me being so aware and so inclined and so in tune with my energy setting, soon as I see, witness, experience an energy shift, I know, there go that butterfly. I know for sure. I know for sure. I know for certain that something has changed. Once I step outside of my energy box and I start sharing energy with you and I'm intertwined with you, even you're my friend, don't let it be a romantic partner. If I'm intertwined with you, especially on the physical level, because I know a lot of women like to close off their heart when they get intimate with people. But me personally, I don't do that. I don't do that because that's where my energy radiates. Like that's what gives me the type of energy that I have is for me to be open my heart space so that energy can radiate through that, right? So if I'm connected to you in an intimate setting and my heart space is open towards you, there is absolutely nothing that you can do that I wouldn't have an inkling about, that I wouldn't have an idea about, that I wouldn't have a feeling about, that I wouldn't. And don't put me in a situation, and don't have me in a setting where your energy is changed due to what's happening in this setting. I'm gonna pick that shit up immediately. Immediately. I'm gonna pick it up immediately. Okay? I had to learn my gifts. I had to learn who I was. I'm very clairvoyant. Majority of the clairs, I think I'm clairaudient. I think that gift is coming to me. With the majority of the clairs, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairassistant, I have all of that. I have all of that. I am a walking energy frequency, pretty much point blank. So I said that to say this. All in all, I said that to say this. When you're in a pure energy and you have to live this thing called life, experiencing the world that you experience, how I experience in my world, in this particular round, there's going to be a lot of things that's going to happen that you ain't going to like. Okay? You're going to get a lot of answers to certain things where it's going to throw you off your rocker. Okay? There are going to be things that you never would have thought a person would do to you. But you got to understand, even if you're in pure energy, your pure energy is being tested. Like that manipulative energy is being tested. It's up to you to keep your pure energy in the state and the frequency where it is. That is your choice. So if you want to dwell in the manipulative energy and do things on the on that type of level and do things on that type of frequency, understand you're going to get the repercussions and you're going to get the consequences of what comes with being manipulative. Okay? People have to understand that. You might be smart. You might think you the smartest in the room. You might think you smooth. You might think you got all the answers. You might think nobody can see you. But I'm not God, but I know God is everywhere. So if God is everywhere, and I'm connected to nature, and I'm connected to spirit, and I'm connected to the energy, and I'm connected to the frequency, what do you think God is telling me through the energy signals that I'm receiving? Please be clear on that. Be clear on the energy. Be clear on the frequency. Okay? And a lot of times people like to deal with people with the pure energy because the pure energy kind of promotes other energies to go, right? You in the pure energy, in the pure setting. So you're going to promote happiness. You're going to promote health. You're going to promote wealth. Like you're going to promote people doing good, and you're going to want that. You're going to assist that frequency in order to do that. You're going to assist that frequency. You're going to assist that energy. But the problem with manipulative energy, people who manipulate energy, and people who manipulate, because we all manipulate. Let me take that back. We all manipulate energy, but when it comes to a point where you manipulate energy to the point of you hiding or you doing something behind somebody's back and you know it's going to be destructive towards them in their life, but you rather hold on to them instead of letting them go and still do you, because that's why I always said I can't force somebody to do anything. I can't force you to do nothing. I can't force you to be a good friend. I can't force you to be a good listener. I can't force you to be a good partner. I can't force you to be a faithful person, a faithful spouse, a faithful lover. I can't force you to do any of those things. But what I can do is ask you to let me be. If you know, or if I tell you and I relate to you that certain energies I'm not going to be able to rock well with, certain frequencies I'm not going to be able to do. Certain things that you may do in your life as you may think is best for on your accord may not be best on my for my accord. Now, does that mean you're supposed to stop doing what you're doing? No. Keep on doing you, boo. Keep on doing you. That's what you want to do? Keep on doing you. But leave me out of it. Leave my pure energy out of it. Leave what's going on, how you move, or how you want to move, or how you want to slay, and how you want to move, maneuver around people. Leave me out of that shit, please. And people don't like to do that because when you experience pure energy, you don't experience pure energy all the time. You don't. You just don't. You do not, because people always coming in a situation and on the agenda. What can I get out of here? Everybody rubbing their hands together. You know that little thing that Stevie J used to do, and he'd be like, whatever he did, like when he rubbing his hands together, like literally, like everybody is rubbing their fucking hands together, trying to see how they can get in, what they can get. Oh, that's different. I ain't never had that. Well, that look good to me. Well, let me see what that is. People maneuver through this life doing that shit all day, every fucking day, and don't think about nobody else. That's fine. But like I said before, I can't deal with that energy. I can't deal with that frequency because it takes me out of my pure energy. And my pure energy is going to give me my godly abundance. And I always know that. My pure energy is going to give me my godly abundance. So if you feel like this is your world, you want to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, sneak and do all these other things and lie and be putting facades like nobody can see you, do it away from me. Do it without me in your life. Real talk. Do it like without me in your life. Do it without you fucking with me. Do it without me allowing you pieces to my energy. Because people have to understand. People be so manipulative and so selfish into the things that they that they want or the things that they feel like they should have, they will totally bypass on how you feel, what you feeling, what you might want, how that register off to you. It's so many things I could have done or would have did or should have done. But when I take a step back and look at the full picture, I'm like, okay, well, I could do that, but where is that gonna lead me? Like I could do that, but how these people gonna see me? Well, I could do that. Well, what kind of benefits other than this physical gratification or whatever this is, how am I going to receive this? Like how is this going to play a factor in my life? And once I take a step back and realize that shit don't really mean shit, I take a step back. Well, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth me jeopardizing my pure energy for. Because please understand, I was young before. I jeopardized my pure energy doing dumb shit. But me being the age I am now, I know what it is. I see it fully. No matter if you think no matter if you think I'm stupid, no matter if you think I'm slow, no matter if you think I don't know what's going on, no matter if you think I ain't gonna bust a grade, no matter, I, please, please, I see. People just don't think I see because I don't react. I don't want to mess up because you messed up. I'm not gonna mess up my pure energy because you messed up. You just gonna have to be fucked up on your own and do the fuck shit. It has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with my energy. That has nothing to do with the place that I want to be. And people who aren't familiar with their energy, people who aren't familiar with their energy and familiar how they want their happiness and their peace to look and how they want frequency to be, when they're not in that setting, they don't really know what that is. Like it's hard for you to gain ranks on the frequency that you in if you're not aware of the frequency, but if you're not aware of the things that's causing you to be in the frequency that you are experiencing. It's hard for you to do that, especially if you're blinded by your wants and what you think you want or what you think you desire, or how you used to live and how you used to be and what you used to do and how they are doing it. Like if you get caught up in that shit, you lose like your whole. And if you want to go back, I'll talk about having an energy signature. You lose like your whole energy signature doing that shit. Like really. Like you lose your whole energy. You wouldn't know what your energy signature is if you always focusing on what they doing, how they doing, how you used to do, what you gonna do, what you got space to do. Understand that, okay? So I just want to come on here and talk about pure energy, manipulative energy, because 9 times out of 10, if you in the pure energy, not saying you perfect, not saying you don't make no mistakes, not saying God puts you in a different tier here. No. You just have a pureness of self. You just have a pureness of energy. There isn't anything manipulative that will cause you to do harm to others, even if you feel like they're not going to find out. People always talking about they honorable and they have integrity and they solid, but how solid are you if behind somebody's back you doing some foul shit? How solid are you? Where is your honor? That's not being honorable. That's low key kind of like being a coward, if you want to be technical. Because if you gonna do some shit, you gotta stand 10 toes down on what you doing, period. That's why a lot of people, they like the light. The light feel good and it feel warm and it feel nice and it's fuzzy and it's fun and it's funny. You experience different things in the light. A lot of people love that dark though. They love being in the dark. Even if it's for, what's today? Wednesday? Even if it's just for a couple hours on Wednesday. Even if it's just for a couple of hours on Friday. They love being in the dark. Being in the dark, you're not seen. You get to dwell in your guilty pleasures. You get to dwell in the things that you don't want the public to know. You get to live in the energy, in the surroundings, and the frequency of the things that you might be ashamed of. People love being in the dark, even if it is for a couple of hours. Oh, I done did what I did. I can go and live my regular life now. That's not being honorable. That's not living on integrity. That's not living on respect. That's not living on your greatest version of yourself. 'Cause people always like to say who they are when people looking at them. No, who are you when I can't see you? That's the person that I want to know. I already see what you trying to display to me in front of me. But who are you when you're not in front of me? Who are you when I don't see you? Who are you when you're not in front of my face? And when you're dealing with pure energy, even if you don't know what somebody is doing, and you with someone, okay, I know I'll be giving y'all keys and giving y'all little drips of shit, but hey, that's what I'm here for anyway. So when you're dealing with somebody, even if they have manipulative energy, even if you give them a pass or two, or three or four, whatever you do, right? Let's say like you give them a pass, or you act like you don't see, or I can't say the benefit of the doubt because even doubts have benefits. Thank you to I can't remember that brother's name. I was just looking at his interview on somebody's channel. I can't remember. And he was like, he tried not to give people the benefit of the doubt because even doubts have benefits. He wants the benefit of the truth. Give me the benefits of the truth. I don't want the benefit of the doubt. Okay? So even on that spectrum, let's just say you with somebody who do have manipulative energy and you in your pure energy form. You're pure. You know how it feel when y'all together. You know how it feel when y'all together. You know how it feel when you see them. You know how it feel when you don't see them. You know how you feel when you with them. You can get in tune with that frequency, right? But the minute or the moment that person, that entity, that being, whoever start doing manipulative shit away from you, oh, you can feel that too. I didn't name I didn't name my name is not Mystic Mina for nothing. My channel is a name Clear Intuition because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like I'm not a life path number 11, the motherfucking illuminator to illuminate the light, to illuminate the truth on the lie, illuminate the light in the dark for nothing. Okay? And once I understood and who I understood was, I had to start standing 10 toes down on it, no matter who thought what about it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So if you in a frequency, after I just said what the hell I just said, frequency of being manipulative, you in the frequency of getting what you want, seeing how you can maneuver in life on, on the strings of my energy, on the strings of, the environment that I'm in, you need to back away from me fast in a fucking hurry. Y'all have a good one.